What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another top 5 video for you guys today. And today, guys, we're taking a look at the top 5 best cultivatable dinos. So, guys, what that means is dinos that you can harvest for their resources. Now, some of these you can tame. Majority of the time, though, you will just kind of want to just murder them for their parts and their resources. So guys, if you find yourselves enjoying the video today, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you've got any other top 5s that you want to see done, let me know down in the comments. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So guys, coming in at number 5, we have the leech. Now, this little sucker's found in the swamp biomes, and you can see they come after you with a pretty big passion. So you'll generally find these guys wading through the water and stuff like that. Now, they can attach to yourself and your dinos. If they attach to your dinos, you can remove them by holding down the E button. If they do attach to you, though, you're going to be in a bit of a pickle. You will need to build a campfire or a cooking pot, set that bad boy on fire, and then jump into the fire with these guys attached to you. We'll show you in a sec because these guys will attach to us. Are they going? Maybe they won't because we have creative mode on. But nonetheless, these guys are harvested for their leech blood, their oil, and their silica pearls. Now, all of that stuff is pretty useful. The main ingredient, though, that you will be harvesting these guys for is their leech blood. Because with leech blood, you can make yourselves antidotes. You can use it for fishing. However, it is not the best bait to use for fishing. The best bait for fishing is honey. So, you know, you can still use these guys to fish. It would be recommended to use the honey. But nonetheless, these guys will still provide you with leech blood. We're just going to quickly murder these little suckers. And we'll show you guys just the leech blood that they give you. Now, we've just killed that one. We're going to kill this one here. And you'll see they'll give us leech blood. They'll give us chitin. They'll give us oil, silica pearls, you name it. These guys are pretty good. Obviously, they're at the top of the list, though, because they're not the best. They still provide you with leech blood, and they are the only creature to provide you with leech blood. So if you plan on doing caves and you want to avoid getting like mega rabies or swamp fever and stuff like that, you will need the leech blood to make the antidote. So it is really useful for that. But guys, the leeches come in at number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Alrighty guys, so coming in at number 4, we have the CNIDARIA. Now, the CNIDARIA are annoying suckers that you'll find out in the ocean, and I'm sure some of you guys have lost some tames to these guys. Pretty much, they swim around in packs of 5 or 6. They stun you and your tame, so you'll get knocked off the back of your mount if you are riding one, and these guys will electrocute your mount, pretty much permanently stun locking it. You won't be able to fight back unless you've got like a pike or a crossbow or stuff like that, and these guys do pack a punch. Like, they hurt, especially in their packs of 6 or 5, and if you get unlucky in the high levels, you're going to be pretty damn screwed. But nonetheless, these guys provide you with the incredible biotoxin. Now, with this biotoxin, you can make these shocking tranquilizer darts. You can use the biotoxin to keep a creature knocked out. It essentially acts like an upgraded narcotic. So you see there, we've just killed the first one. We'll kill this sucker, and we'll harvest up all the biotoxin. Now, if you're lucky on the island, I don't know if it's with all servers, but sometimes you can get the floating CNIDARIAs where they're in the sky and you won't actually have to journey out into the ocean to kill them, which is really lucky, but that's not always the case. Most of the time you will have to kill these guys. If you are looking for a tame that can handle these guys really easily, definitely look at getting a Basilosaurus, because they are immune to the CNIDARIA's stun attacks, and it's really helpful for just harvesting them up. But you can see there, the biotoxin is what we harvested. Now, this can be used for the shocking trank darts, or you can also use it as a stronger version of the narcotic. Like I said, do take note, however, that it does spoil unlike the narcotics, and the shocking tranquilizer darts also spoil as soon as I find them. I think they're like 99, aren't they? Yeah, 96. So these bad boys use the biotoxin, and they're upgraded versions of the trank dart. These are the best tranks you can use in the game. So it's definitely worth harvesting up some CNIDARIAs for it. And once again, they are the only creature in the game that provides the biotoxin. So guys, let's move on to number 3. Alrighty guys, so coming in at number 3, we have the OVISes. Now, these little dudes are the only creature, once again, on the entire arc that provide you with mutton. Now, mutton is used for a number of things. The main thing that you will be using it for is obviously to tame up carnivores. Now, mutton isn't as good as kibble. It actually used to be better than kibble, and then they nerfed it, because I'm pretty sure that was unintended. But nonetheless, mutton is better than prime meat, and these little OVIS dudes are the only guys that provide it. You also need cooked mutton to tame up a thylacollia. Is that a goddamn unicorn over here? What the? That's a unicorn. Alrighty, wonderful. like I was saying, the OVISes are the only creature that provide that. So you will need to use these guys and harvest up their gorgeous, cute little corpses and harvest all that meat off them. Now, you can also use these guys to get a crap ton of pelt, or like, yeah, it's pelt. I was going to say hair or wool, but technically it's pelt. Now, with that pelt, you can actually craft a bunch of stuff, fur armor, you know, you can use it for anything that requires pelt, really. Saddles, you name it. But nonetheless, these guys provide you with a crap ton of mutton, and you will need mutton to tame up carnivores, you know, especially if you're on Ragnarok. On the island and some of the other maps, it is a bit harder to find OVISes in the wild, but if you are on Ragnarok, you can easily find them in the Valhalla Hills, I think it's called, I don't know, in the hills area over here, and these guys are just abundant over here. I would recommend taming these guys up though. To tame them up, all you would need is sweet veggie cakes. It takes 1 to tame up a single OVIS, and then from there you can pretty much just breed them at your base, and whenever you need an OVIS to harvest or anything like that, you just kill it, slaughter it. You can use a chainsaw, you can use your strongest melee damage dino and harvest up all the mutton from it, as well as all the pelt and hair. But yeah, definitely recommend getting some OVISes because they are the only creatures that provide you with mutton. I'm going to go tame this damn unicorn. But let's move on to number 2, guys. So guys, coming in at number 2, we have the tech creatures. Now, the tech creatures were a pretty recent addition. I mean, pretty recent. That was probably a year ago. They are an addition to Ark, and they're pretty much bionic creatures. So if you guys pre-ordered or got like the exclusive edition of Ark when it dropped, it actually came with skins for some creatures. Like you got the tech trike, you got the tech quetzal and stuff like that. Pretty much they made those permanent skins and turned them into dinos. So you've got the tech parasaur, you've got the tech rex, the tech quetzal, the tech raptor, and I believe there's the tech trike as well on Genesis, but you can't tame the tech trike up on other maps, I'm pretty sure. Nonetheless, these guys provide you with a bunch of goodies. So the main one that you'll be using these guys for are the silica pearls and the not really the metal, but like the element dust and stuff like that. You can farm that from these guys, so we'll show you guys exactly what you get. Now, obviously, these aren't the only creatures on the arcs that provide this, but it is really good. So you just saw there, we got scrap metal, we got oil, we got electronics, we got element dust. Now, you can essentially set up a farm of these guys. For example, tech parasaurs are really easy to tame up. They're normally really abundant, like you can find these guys everywhere. And all you need to do is breed them, keep their eggs, do a mass hatching, and raise them up past juvenile till they can feed on the troughs. And from there, you just need to slaughter them when they reach adulthood, and then you can easily harvest them up. Once you get like 5 or 6 parasaurs, so for example, 1 male, 5 females, you can easily farm these guys to no ends, and you can just get a crap ton of electronics. It's much easier than going out farming silica pearls. I mean, it depends if whether or not you've got like anglers and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I would heavily recommend cultivating some of the tech creatures, if not all the tech creatures that you don't tame, because their value for electronics is really good. Now, obviously, if you have access to like Extinction and all the other maps, it is going to make it a little bit less redundant because you can use the Doedicurus to harvest the lampposts and stuff like that. But nonetheless, if you are starting on like the island and working your way through, this is a great way to start off with getting some basic electronics, some basic element dust, some basic oil, even a little bit of metal. You know, metal's not even a little bit hard to get, but this can provide you with the basics that you need to get started when you first drop on the arcs. So guys, let's move on to number 1. Alrighty guys, now coming in at number 1, what I think is the best cultivatable dino, we have the KAIRUKU. Now, the KAIRUKU is the king of organic polymer. If you want organic polymer, you just need to hunt down some of these guys and all their why am I pooing so much? And all their poop. Once you kill these guys, you can harvest them up for all the organic polymer that you could possibly ever need. Now, the only downside to this is that it's organic polymer and that it doesn't stack higher than 20 stacks. However, nonetheless, this is still a great way to go about getting polymer. Now, you can see here we're only getting like 2 polymer because we're using the club. You kind of don't want to use weapons on these guys. Your best bet to use on these guys is a Pelagornis. So Pelagornis are great. They get so much organic polymer. We'll show you guys actually here because we can summon one in. So you can see here we've got our Pelagornis. Now we only got 11 off that, but that's because we had already harvested a little bit. So let's come up to this one over here. And these guys are pretty decent when it comes to dealing damage to them. Okay, Unicorn, you can chill out, mate. You can chill out. But nonetheless, these guys are really good for harvesting organic polymer. Now you saw just there we got 11 organic polymer off that. The best ones to harvest of these guys are the babies. So you'll see that when you go out and find them in the wild, these guys actually spawn as babies as well. So you want to aim for the, okay, that's a 145. You want to aim for the baby ones, especially the juveniles or the adolescences, because they will provide you with the most organic polymer. Now, they can be a little bit annoying to kill, but you saw there 94 organic polymer off that one juvenile KAIRUKU, which is absolutely nuts. If you need organic polymer, look no further than these KAIRUKUs. We just got another 78 off that. Pelagornises are amazing for harvesting this organic polymer, so make sure you tame one of these guys up before you go about harvesting them all up. You can use like a Pteranodon or an Argy or like literally any tame. However, you won't get as much. You'll get about 20 to 30 per juvenile or adolescent, whereas with this guy, you can get up to 80. So it's absolutely nuts. And the KAIRUKUs, like it's one of the easiest ways to get polymer, and it's much easier than farming up obsidian and the metal that you need to make the polymer. So I would heavily recommend even taming up and setting up a KAIRUKU farm. You set up a KAIRUKU farm, you get one of these guys on aggressive and just set the KAIRUKUs to mating, and they'll constantly poop out eggs because they have a very low mating interval. I've actually set one up on my latest playthroughs, so check that out if you guys want to know how to set it up. Why am I pooing so much? But yeah, I definitely recommend the KAIRUKUs. Now guys, that's going to wrap up the list for today. A lot of you are probably wondering, well, what about like the ammonite and stuff like that? I didn't include the ammonite because you don't really use it. Like, where is it? I'm pretty sure the pheromone dart is the only thing that uses ammonite bile. So you don't really need to kill ammonites all that much, and they're not really worth it. Main reason being because once you attack an ammonite, pretty much everything in the vicinity will attack you and try to kill you. Tusos, Moses, plesiosaurs, donkeys, anglers, everything will aggro on you and try to murder you. So I don't think it's that good of a cultivatable dino, which is why it's not on this list. I think the dinos that we included are really good. You will definitely cultivate the dinos that are on this list. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up the video for today. Let me know what you thought of the video down below in the comments. Let me know if there's any other ones that you want to see today. But other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.